We got a surprise release of Husk updated design with perhaps some of the most interesting changes of any character to date, and also some really cool stuff in the background that may tell us a lot about the show itself and even the character of Lucifer. We're gonna break it all down, but real quick, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss other updates like this, as VivziePop didn't even give us any teaser tweets this time, and the new design dropped almost randomly. And while you're down there, don't forget to click the link in the pinned comment to come hang out with us in our Hazbin lore Discord server, where we talk about stuff like this before the videos even drop. Husk is an interesting character because the few shots he was in, as well as his hunch, gives the impression that he is a much smaller person than he is. And one thing I really like about this new art is that you can really get a look at him now, something we really didn't get too much of even in the Hazbin Hotel pilot, with how hasty his and Nifty's introductions were at the very end. So far, I really like his changes, particularly his wings, as the darker color with red only being used as accents is good contrast for the rest of the cast, who are generally becoming more red with their design updates. The added black stripes to this red fringe gives the extra layer of detail that I like, and additionally, he now has different colored ears. In the pilot, the insides of his ears were striped white and pink, a bit of an odd choice for him overall. Instead, the insides of his ears now look like playing cards, or at least heart-themed playing cards, though we only see one ear, and the other could be different, or maybe they even change with his mood or other influences. One thing I'm sad to see go is the card symbols on his wings, which are absent in this new design, perhaps because they wouldn't be so convenient to animate on one of the main characters of the show, but it was a really fun nod to his character's origins. Before dying, Husk was in the Vegas stage magician business, and VivziePop has said in live streams that, out of all the characters, he's the one that most represents the has-been in Hazbin Hotel, being a washed-up alcoholic who only seems to use his stage tricks and demonic powers that were inspired by them while gambling, spending all of his winnings on even more booze. As most of you know, Angel has quite the crush on Husk, and VivziePop has said in streams that the characters will have relationships of some sort explored on the show. This gave the impression that Husk's original ear design was originally meant to match the colors of Angel, indicating that they would end up being together, or at least having a romantic subplot together even if they don't end up with each other in the end. Husk shows no interest in Angel in the pilot, but VivziePop has said behind the scenes that he is bisexual, though with the constant changes to the show in the development stage, I cannot guarantee that any of this will remain relevant once it actually airs. This change of his ears could signal a change in his plot as far as Angel goes, or it could mean that they didn't want him to be too obvious that Angel was his endgame. All in all, I like this character redesign the most so far, as in many ways, Husk felt a little too simple in the pilot. He had a few fantasy embellishments, but he was really just a cat in a hat with some wings we didn't really get to see too much of. I miss the playing card symbols on his wings, as I said, but overall, he just looks much more like a demon than just an animal now, and I'm excited to see his new role in the show. On Twitter, series writer for both Hazbin Hotel and Hell of a Boss, Adam Nayland, said that there are even more changes hidden by the bar. I'm sure there's a lot of dirty jokes flying in people's heads already, but I'm curious what interesting detail could be hidden below the waist here. In addition to the character himself, the set has changed to indicate that Husk is not just a bartender, but a concierge, as the sign says, meaning he is responsible for helping guests make arrangements, or at the very least, offers recommendations for entertainment. Husk likely has a history in the Pride Ring as a partier who knows a lot of good locations that offer crazy, sinful things that you can do, or at the very least will likely have access to anything like drugs that Charlie would not allow in the hotel. The change from playing cards to a slot machine theme for the front of the bar seems to emphasize this idea, with 2 sevens lined up, missing one more for a jackpot, but Lucifer's apple ending up there instead. This apple, of course, being a reference to the forbidden fruit from the Garden of Eden, with booze and whatever else Husk offers behind the bar being a tempting forbidden treat for guests that ultimately leads them astray, perhaps as intended by Alastor when he put Husk in to work there. There's a lot more symbolism in the promo art I would like to break down, especially in how it relates to Lucifer as a character and his purpose in the show, but that is big enough to be its own video, which I intend to have out at the same time tomorrow. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss this video. It's going to be a really fun deep dive on Lucifer. And while you're down there, don't forget to head over to the pinned comment to check out our Discord server. See you guys next time!